Thank you. Right now, we're going to get it hot before we call it. And without rapping, he said, don't do it, but I got to do it. I got to say it anyway. We got another fantastic people for you. You're too much to be a person, you're just a people. Because he's so beautiful, and I love him for so many years.
Like
the
that,
surprise is here.
I'm loving it, baby. That's a groove.
A young man I watched grow and grow. Like I said, the artist was so beautiful, you had to jump back sometime and kiss yourself. And count the blessings and thank God each and every day. It just keep happening.
Every day.
I got a new inspiration, a new motivation because just certain things happen to you, make you feel good. If you will, ladies and gentlemen. Very quiet and very humble and very meek and just beautiful and full of talent and just running out his ears. He and his whole family. If you will, let's give another standing ovation for a young man sitting behind you that you have no idea who's an audience.
And the whole sound. Indeed. Brother Dale, you know we need that prayer, that love. Man, look, I gotta give it up to the man above today, man. Today, he put my feet on solid ground. He woke me up today. He gave me a job. He gave me a family. He gave me some friends. He gave me my health, my wealth, and my entire situation. So when I come on this show and when we open up, we expect you guys to put your horns up because the man above has been blessing you. So why are you acting like that out there? Like you don't have a blessing to receive. Like you don't even see the blessing in front of you. And the only time that you can activate that ministry is when you recognize that blessing in front of you. So right now in the discussion, we giving it up to the man above because that's what we do. And you getting your sermon and your service from Reverend Al Eric Dale. Put your horns up, everybody out there. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of The Discussion. And you are now rocking with the bad guy CJ Dove alongside my esteemed colleague, the number one, the one and only, the one, the only, Reverend Al Dale. Al, Brother Dale. I'm Al Sharpton's nephew. They wouldn't give me the Sharpton name. Well, last episode you said I was Russ Paul nephew. Uncle Russ. So it's only befitting today that you be, Real Mal. Hey, listen, man. Just call me Real Mike. That was a hell of a it was a prayer, man. That was a hell of a prayer you gave there, bro. It was in my heart, man. You know what I mean? We got to set the show off. We thankful for our blessings over here. You know what I mean? Normally we don't give it up like that. Like you really went in. That was very impressive. Yo, I felt like Ja Rule tonight. Everybody that be giving it up, I said, you know what I mean? Giving it up. That was very impressive, my brother. Yeah, that was dope. What else is impressive? What's that? Everybody that's in the comment section. Okay. And if it's your first time tuning in, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get your notifications each and every time we drop the new content. Indeed. The PayPal pinned above? You already know. Straight up. Straight up, the PayPal is pinned above. So if you want to make a donation towards a worthy cause, like hoodies for the homeless, you can do so via PayPal. You can do it also through Cash App at $CJ Dove and $23A Rick, which we already know that's the first and only time you can call this brother by his real name. Amen, brother. Amen, brother. I dig it, brother. You dig it? Man, you seamless with that joint. I mean, you get right in there, you rock it out. It's like, smooth brother, man. You know what I mean? Well, thank you, man. I try to do what I can do when I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Ready to get this thing going, man. Let's get the water. Got good energy. I'm here, man. I'm feeling the vibe. You feeling the vibe? I'm feeling the vibe. Yeah, it is a vibe today, bro. It definitely is a vibe, man. No doubt. So, without further ado, you hop right into it. You put it in the description. You already know it. Fat Joe Crack, Joey Crack, Joe Crack, man. There is a picture circulating online of Joe Crack in what appears to be some women boots. It was a real picture because he rebutted it, and then he wanted to know why he was being clowned on the internet for wearing those boots. I can't even lie to you, bro. I'm disappointed in Joe.
You disappointed in Joe?
I'm highly disappointed in Fat Joe.
What? Why you disappointed? You don't like the style?
No, I don't like that style. You know,
man. You don't like Joe's style.
You know, as somebody who defends Joe, I have defended Joe on multiple occasions. I feel like Joe is underrated as a rapper. I think, you know, he's really he GOAT status. Really. You know,
don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Joe got the longevity. He got the music.
I ain't saying that he don't have that.
I'm just saying, if somebody said Fat Joe was the greatest rapper of all time, I wouldn't personally have an issue with it. I think he's done enough to where if somebody, not saying that I would, but if somebody said...
You're going to argue it.
I wouldn't argue Fat Joe. I wouldn't argue Fat Joe. I really wouldn't.
Is Fat Joe better than Ghostface as an artist?
No.
I'm just saying. So why wouldn't you put Ghostface there before him?
But see, I can't classify that stuff like that. I feel like I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100.
All right.
Listen, it's like, you know, it comes down to a matter of taste and of opinion. We all have taste and opinions, right?
Facts.
I believe that there are noteworthy names who, when I look at their body of work, I can say, you know what, I understand why somebody would say.
I don't understand why nobody would say that, though. But, I mean, hey, to each his own.
So I've been a defender of Fat Joe through the years. I mean, the man came in the game in 1992. You know what I'm saying? And still putting out hit records in 2020, 2021. So it's something to be said about his longevity.
He'll put a record out.
And he got dope music in his catalog. It's not like...
I'm not saying he don't.
Now, so if somebody said Fat Joe is the GOAT, I'm telling you, me personally, I wouldn't be like, nah, you crazy. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I think he's done enough to earn that respect from somebody. I'm not saying it's me.
Listen, just the fact that he put them ugly ass boots on, that takes it away from me. You know what I mean? Jigga would never do that. Pop or Big would never do that, man.
Yeah, Jay-Z will wear flip-flops.
Stop it, man. Stop it, man. You know what, man? You got to stop.
Hey, let's not act like Jay ain't been caught out there on a bad day.
I'm just saying, this is not a bad day. This was a fashion statement for Joe.
Stop playing with me.
This was a fashion statement.
Don't do it. Don't do it, because whoever you can name, I could probably point to a moment in their history where they were on it taking pictures or in front of a camera looking foolish.
Hold up. But when Jay did it, it wasn't for a fashion statement. Joe did it for a fashion statement. He put the coat with the boots on to match, and he was Yeezying it down.
I mean,
look, did you like him? Did you like those boots he had on?
What Jay said, Tybo Ho, running around trying to keep brolic, trying to kick knowledge. Hey, listen, you know, all of them have made, like, they're billionaires, bro. They're billionaires and millionaires. They live in a different world. I personally think Fat Joe, that's not my issue I have with Joe.
What's the issue?
I don't like Fat Joe in front of the camera so much.
What?
For somebody that I have, grew up listening to, I was a fan of Joe.
Yeah, but why don't you like him in the camera?
Because he's making a lot of statements to make me lose respect for him. And then doing shit like putting on these damn Yeezy Boots and, you know, even his explanation, you know, this is a Balenciaga jacket, and you know what I mean? I'm sitting there like, yo, nigga, who cares, bro?
He had some upgrades.
Like, who cares? Who cares what the name is on it? You look foolish.
He had some upgraded snow boots.
Like, I don't be understanding why these dudes be doing that. They try to justify their foolishness with a name. And it don't matter because you still corny for doing it.
I guess to them it matters because they're the ones that's buying all that, can afford those name brands. And for them, it's a sign of, I don't know what, it's a sign of I made it. What? I don't know, but I wouldn't put him on. I don't give a damn how rich I am.
Yeah, Fat Joe, man, he definitely, he going to sellout status.
Well, I think he just went. I think it's just kind of one of those days he went in his wife's closet and was like, damn, baby, these snow boots look nice. I'm going to wear these today. You know what I mean? You know it's cold outside.
Hey, shout out to B-Dot, because B-Dot, checked it at the door. And I like what B-Dot said. Fat Joe was like, yo, what am I supposed to wear when it's 3 feet of snow outside, he said Timbs.
Right.
He said, Joe, you from New York?
Right.
You already know this. Why are you playing?
I know Joe didn't ask that question. What is he supposed to wear?
Yeah, he like, yo, what am I supposed
man.
to wear? Like, yo, man, listen, bro. Joe know better. To me, it was a ploy just for attention, man. He did that for attention.
Right.
I don't see no other reason. You didn't do that because you thought you was cute.
Joe thought he was cute that
Joe,
day.
you from the Bronx. You from the Bronx,
Listen,
man.
Joe lost a little weight. He thinking he cute. He out here, you know what I'm saying?
The same Fat Joe that made shit is real?
It's not real no
Flo
more.
Joe?
Listen, okay, let me say this. Fat Joe's grown up now, man. He ain't Flo Joe and all that no more. You know what I'm saying? Joey Crack and all that no more, man. You know, he just Joe, man, and he's kicking it with Yeezy in them.
Man, listen, bro.
Maybe he was modeling them joints for Yeezy.
Hey, listen.
Who
man,
knows?
I strongly believe in our success. I think, I've watched our company grow, and it continues to grow.
Right.
Once we reach the mountaintop, and we are going to reach the mountaintop, if you popped up looking goofy,
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you.
I might just because though, bro. I might come in on all goofball status. No, you know what? Forget goofball status. I'm gonna come on goofball status. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pull up and ain't no telling what I'm gonna have on.
Don't do it.
You're gonna be.
Don't do it. E.
I want to though, bro. I mean, look.
Because I'm gonna tell you about yourself.
I made it.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you about yourself. I'm gonna say, my brother. You know I love you, but you wrong, dead wrong for putting on them Yeezy Boots.
I don't care what you and Voice say. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pick you and Vizza up when I put him on. How about that?
I think Vizza going to be riding with me, man.
Nah, Vizza wear too many colorful socks and all of that to ride with you. You can put them boots on with me. You know what I mean? Right, Vizza? Hey, Vizza, I ain't clowning you on trash, but you going to wear them boots with me, Vizza. I know you are.
Wait. First of all, I have to say this. Voice, I did not put him up to saying
yes,
any
he
of those
did.
things about
yes,
your
he
socks.
did.
He did it on his own free will.
No.
And those are his thoughts.
Before we started the show, you was like, yo, we got to get Voice in his socks on.
Yo, listen, man.
You know what I mean?
He's speaking for himself. That had nothing to do.
Hey, Voice be wearing
me.
Voice be rocking some dope socks. Matter of fact, I got a pair of dope ones on myself. Little Mickey Mouse joints.
Yeah, y'all have to stop. Stop, E.
What?
You out of control right now, man.
I got Mickey Mouse socks on.
Don't do that, brother.
I do. Look, straight up. I ain't lying.
Yeah.
Disney. It's a classic, man. I'm looking for Minnie.
Yo, you have to stop, bro.
All right, you got that, bro.
But back to Fat Joe, man. Like, the only reason I could see for him wearing that type of attire, man,
right.
it was a ploy for attention.
I don't think so. I don't think it was for attention.
Why do you think he put it?
Me personally, I think that he was probably modeling them joints for Yeezy. You know what I'm saying? I think Yeezy kind of got that pull. If Yeezy called me and said, yo, E, I want you to wear my boots on this show. I'm kicking my feet up right on this table. Y'all gonna see them boots. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna put them boots on.
And shout out to Stephen Whitaker, who says he did that for a conversation piece.
Stop it, Stephen.
I agree.
Stop it. That man got his own podcast, doing his thing. Come on, he's not doing that for that. Stop it, y'all. Stop it. And
LB over there talking about he got on He-Man socks. Y'all, what's up with y'all niggas in these socks, bro? Like,
I mean, the same thing that's up with Joey cracking these boots.
So you on the same page with Joe?
Man, look, I'm not saying I'm on the same page, but if I reach that pinnacle and somebody reach out to me, I don't think it was for a conversation. I'm just saying that. I don't think it was, he did that for attention or for conversation, because Joey get enough attention. And guess what, though? And this is why, because Fat Joe has never been the one to be an attention getter. So this stunt right here wasn't for that. I don't think so.
I think it was.
But why, when Joe don't even have a history of wanting attention?
Well, ever since he done got in front of the camera, that's like I said. Ever since he got in front of the camera, doing these vlogs and podcast, whatever it is that he's doing, Fat Joe over the last few years have made a lot of dumb statements, yo. Like we
all have. I've made a bunch. I know that, especially doing this podcast. But if you got to grow, it's not like you know what I mean?
Speaking of which, of a silly statement you made a while back, me and you, did you see what I posted in the fan page today?
No, I was busy at
Pedro.
work. Pedro got beat again.
Pedro was in there. If y'all don't know, if y'all haven't been following the show since day one, Pedro was kind of like the beginning of the discussion. Pedro was a man who got beat up by his baby mother because he didn't pay his child support, and it was pretty brutal. She spit on him, poured stuff on him, stomped him, punched him, choked him, and brother Dale over here defended the woman.
Oh, here we go again.
And that's how.
Here we go again.
That's how that started.
We're gonna get off. We're gonna get off Joe and go to Pedro now, huh? This is how we doing it. You gonna put me on blast like that now, huh?
Well, Pedro was the starting point for the show. Was he not?
He was. He was one of the focal points of this show.
Exactly. So
we did about 3 or 4 shows on Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro, man. Yo, listen, brothers. Listen, my brothers.
I bet he paid his child support now. We ain't seen him back on TV. We ain't seen Pedro getting whooped.
I'm going to lose respect for you as a man if you let a woman whoop you like that, man.
I'm not hitting no woman. I'm going to run. Something. I'm not hitting no woman.
You going to get her off you.
I'm going to push her off me and run.
You going to answer the question. You going to get her off you, right?
I got to get her off me.
Okay.
Yeah, but I ain't hitting her.
Did Pedro get off?
Pedro, he folded up napkin style. But Pedro knew he was in the wrong, man.
Listen, I'm not
he encouraging
encouraging
child
nobody
support,
to
man.
beat
These
no
kids
woman,
need their money, man.
But do not let no woman whoop you like that, man.
All right, well, look, check this out, man. I'm going to get back on Joe. Now, your boy Steven made it. This is what I agree with Steven with. I do agree with this that, podcasts need gas. He has to feed the beast. Joe humble enough not to take what he got for granted. If you're going to put it like that, yeah. But I just think that, look, Joe, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not then? If that's the publicity it is. I'd rather it be that than something else for Joe. You know what I mean? Because Joe ain't never been a goofy dude. And those boots, I want a pair on this table. You know what I mean? For the viewers to see. We want a pair standing straight up on this table.
Listen, I don't care what name is on the attire that you put on. If it looks crazy, I'm going to say it looks crazy.
I'm going to come in here dressed up one day so you can see me looking crazy.
Don't do it.
Why?
Don't.
So you telling me I can't express myself through the way I dress? Is that what you telling me? Don't express myself?
I'm telling you, it wouldn't be wise for you to come on this show looking crazy.
Why?
You look crazy enough right now.
You going to talk about me? What you just going to talk?
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, this guy here, man, I can't with you today, bro. For real. Too much.
Yo, I'm just saying, if you pop up in here looking crazy, I'm gonna let you know you look crazy. It's my duty as your brother to tell you, don't do that.
Right. Well,
but I would like to think that you wouldn't do it.
I mean,
you would wear those boots.
Look,
that Joe had on.
If Yeezy sent me a pair, I ain't going to buy none.
So even if he sent you them, you would wear them.
Slide to the left.
Yo, he sent
slide to the right.
Listen, if he sent me those boots,
crisscross,
I might be looking for that nigga at his next concert.
Give them to me. Why you got to do all that? Why you gonna go through all that? Just give them to me.
Give them to my daughter.
See, you see what I'm saying? See, she look. London not gonna want that.
Actually, the boots look kind of feminine.
Okay, Mr. Whitaker. He's came over to the dark side with me. He's putting those boots on. I don't care where you are, Steven. If you put them on, you're putting them on.
They look feminine.
I told you they just basically male snow boots. You know, they wearing the clogs to work. You know, the guys wearing those things. What do you call those shoes?
Yo, stay away from me.
Well, no, what they call? Crocs.
Crocs.
Yeah, they wearing those Crocs and all that. I mean,
am I the only one that hate those shoes?
I never wore any. I'm just saying. Bro.
Would you wear a pair of those?
I mean, why not? I mean, I put the little things on them and all that. You know what I mean? A little basketball, a little football.
Yo, I really hate those shoes.
I mean, that's what they wearing, bro. I mean, that's what they wearing. So, I mean, hey.
I have an issue with those shoes.
Why you all so upset with people expressing themselves, bro?
Listen, man.
Listen, the way a person dressed, the way they wear their hair, the way they move, well, it's just an expression, bro. You know what I mean? Can I live?
Nah.
Can I live or what?
Hell no, you can't live.
I tell you, man, you's a Grinch. You just a Grinch. You'll mess up Christmas, bro.
Yo, listen, man. If I had a son, I'd be like, little nigga, you gotta take them shoes off, man.
I'd be like, come on over here, Uncle E, nigga. I'm gonna get you another pair.
Like, yo, it's not happening on my watch, bro.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You're not walking around here with those on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, man, it is what it is. Fat Joe, keep rocking your boots. And if it's anybody out there listening to the show, keep rocking the boots. Do what you do. Express yourself. Don't listen to the bad guy. He's called the bad guy for a reason. And he accepts it. So, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I accept it. And the bad guy started with Pedro. Pedro, we have a lot of history with Pedro. Pedro is where it all began. And Brother Dale over here had women in his kitchen.
Oh, when I came home that night, they were in the kitchen.
Plotting on me. Wanting to know where I was at just because of how my expression about different things that women were doing.
I believe if you just had another episode about Pedro, them ladies in my kitchen would have lined you up, bro.
You're probably right.
They would have lined you up, bro. I think you better stay away from that. But
guess what? Guess what, y'all? It didn't happen because I'm smart. I didn't go over that day.
All right, man. That's the perfect segue into this next topic, man. Look, we got another topic, man. We're going to start off celebrating Black history with y'all, man. My brother Dove is going to give y'all a little history. Professor, African American Studies. Professor Dove in the building.
I wouldn't know if I wouldn't go that far, but I will say this: first of all, before we even go there is something going on in this country that's kind of disturbing. In recent weeks, there have been several bomb threats to HBCUs,
which is crazy.
Which is crazy to me that that's happening.
I know why it's happening.
Okay, why is it happening?
You got a guy over there at Jackson State named Deion Sanders that's taking in recruits, right? This is how you get back at the system, right? You go to those HBCs, all these black kids, these black athletes, these black colleges. Yeah, I would want to bomb them too and get them out the way. They're going to make money. Look how much money they're going to make. You know what I'm saying? That's just my theory. It's all, you can follow the money when it comes to those things, but yeah, so this is the first me hearing of that, though, the bombing of the HBCUs, though. So. Yeah,
well, threats
to bombs.
Yeah, bomb threats. They've been several, historically black colleges that have received bomb threats. Now the lockdowns were lifted, and we don't know if the threat is real or not. But the calls have definitely been made.
Wow,
and I mean. I can't even put it in words.
So somebody actually called the school and threatened bomb. Did they give a reason why? Did the people say they just said they're just going to bomb HBCUs?
Well, they didn't say. It was just, those schools just were receiving the threat.
Do we have what the name? Do we have any names of any of the schools?
Hold on, give me a second. I know one was Bethune-Cookman.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hold on. Let me pull up.
It's crazy, man, because look, you would think that in 2022 that these things we wouldn't be fighting. Well, I don't know. Well, black people, we I don't know why we would think like that. Anyway, I mean, these things gonna happen anyway. Right. I'm saying? Black people, so I mean, hey, it is what it is, man.
Yes, a series of unconfirmed bomb threats disrupted life at more than a dozen college campuses this week, drawing the attention of the White House and the FBI. A particular concern were the threats directed at historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, including at least 17 that temporarily canceled in-person classes in lockdown buildings. President Joe Biden was aware of the threats. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, did I say it right?
I don't know, whatever her name is. Jen Psaki
said at a news conference on Monday, I would say these are certainly disturbing, and the White House is
Jen Psaki.
And the White House is in touch with integrity partners, including federal law enforcement leadership, on this matter.
Wow.
The FBI said in a statement that it was working with our law enforcement partners to address any potential threats. Authorities have so far not described any of the threats as credible, but school officials at many of the universities took precautions anyway.
It's sad, bro.
Southern University, A&M in Baton Rouge, Delaware State University, Spelman College, Bethune-Cookman, Kentucky State, Howard University, Jackson State University, and Tougaloo College in Jackson, Mississippi are among the ones that received these threats. So,
Yeah, how do you feel about that? I mean, like right now, 2022 today.
It's sad.
Does it? Are you upset? Does it?
It makes me angry.
Okay.
And if you remember when we first started doing this podcast, one of the things I used to say was, I want to stay away from certain things and keep it light,
right?
Because the shit like that, like it really bothers me,
right?
Like it really bothers me to my core, and I feel like I wouldn't be a good co-host up here because I would be
going in
enraged.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But look, I mean, I think that anger is normal. I think that how we handle the anger is another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the actions from that anger. I think being angry is okay. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to be upset and angry. You know what I'm saying? I'm upset and I'm angry. But what I like, most of us black people, in situations like that, we just got to remember, man, we have to be bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? We can't fall victim to that. You know what I mean? It's just like when we talk about in employment, working in corporate, even in offices in corporate America and all these things. You can't say what you want to say all the time when you get upset. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things. You just got to be professional enough to handle it and deal with it, man. It's sad, definitely. People should be concerned. Quite frankly, the world should be concerned. I mean, if you got Americans that's willing to bomb HBCUs, I mean, look, it's ridiculous.
And I really hope that, none of these things, I hope it's just some, somebody who's just, trying to stir up controversy or whatever. I really hope the threat is not real.
I'm going to ask you a serious question. I want you to be honest with me. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. I know it's going to be a little spot. Does it make it hard or difficult for you to build relationships with people outside, white people, hearing stuff like this and still seeing things like this transpire today? Is it difficult for you to build friendships?
Yeah, I'm going to be... That's not really a difficult question for me.
Okay.
And I'm just going to be completely honest. I can be cordial with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I would never have complete 100% trust in a person of Caucasian descent.
Okay.
Ever. It's not that I don't believe that any of them are good people.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like I don't have the time to distinguish if you're a good person or not.
Right.
So whatever it is, I speak to your history. Mm-hmm. And if you really want to make a difference, you're going to do everything you can do to change your history. So if you cannot be a regular white person hanging out with me, you got to be extra on the other side, on my side, doing extra.
Right.
To earn my trust, and you probably still won't earn it completely.
Right. I think that's fair, though. For most black people, we all feel like that. I would think to some degree, no one's going to put their 100% trust in a white person.
It is not hatred.
Right.
I don't hate them.
It's just the reality.
It's just more like...
So I'm a person, I get what... Listen, I agree with you because I'm a person that's more of, like you say, history. I go off patterns. I go off your actions. You can tell me you like me. You can tell me you love me. You can tell me you care about me. You can tell me you won't harm me. You know what I'm saying? But you'll snake me still. You know what I'm saying? You'll do slick things to me. You'll lie to my face. That's why I say I don't know. I can't trust. It's hard to build relationships. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the black community when it comes to stuff like that because, and then you really try. You know what I mean? Sometimes I went above and beyond at times to try to build relationships. With white people outside of my community and was criticized. I've told you on many occasions how much I've been you've heard people, probably seen people criticize me, say I want to act like a white man or I try to talk like a white boy and a white, you know what I mean? All these other things, you know what I'm saying? So, and it wasn't that, you know what I'm saying? I just know that when in Rome, I need to act like I'm in Rome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The shit is so, and that is speaking to the topic that, that we were getting ready to get into about Oscarville. There are so many of these stories that you don't know. And when I actually came to the, being enlightened about Oscarville, it made me cringe. It almost brought me to tears. And to think about how many stories that are like this.
So what's the story behind Oscarville?
Well, Oscarville was a thriving black community. In Forsyth County.
Forsyth County, Georgia?
In Georgia. Many living in North Georgia have heard the tales of what lies beneath Lake Lanier. I'm gonna read this little piece and then we can get into it.
Okay.
But basically, what it is Oscarville was a town predominantly black, rich farmland, so forth and so on. Oscarville, it was called Oscarville. A white woman was raped, and murdered in the town or right outside of the town.
Okay.
They basically took black people, a black man. His name escapes me at the moment, but they took him in, and basically him and 3 others, they accused them of doing this to this woman.
Wow.
So they had a trial in a day, and right outside of the trial, and this is the most disheartening part, him and his son, they hung them up on telephone poles and hung them, and the people who were watching fired bullets into their bodies. They allowed a mob, or what would you call it? A mob.
The KKK?
They allowed them to do that. A couple of weeks later, there was another murder. So they basically went in and killed several people in this town.
So what? Hold up. Before you go further, the people that the dad and the son that was hung, was they found guilty, or was they the actual culprits of this crime?
No, you already know they wasn't the culprits. I'll go ahead and say it. They ain't the one. They took those people in, tried them in the day, and sentenced them to death the next day. That's what they did.
Damn, that's crazy, man. That's tough, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's in the stories like that upsets us, the most. You know what I'm saying? Because these things happening. So, like, how long ago was this story?
This was in 1912.
1912.
In the September of that year, 2 alleged assaults against white women were reported in the county. The first alleged assault took place on September 5th when a woman reported that the 2 black men had assaulted her in Cumming, which is the neighboring town. By September 7th, Sheriff William Reed had arrested the 2 men and 4 accomplices, according to the Digital Library of Georgia. Just days later, the body of 18-year-old Sleety Mae Crow, a white resident, was found near the woods just east of Cumming. Several black residents were named as suspects for the alleged rape and murder, including Ernest Knox and Robert Edwards. In an effort to provide safety, Knox was transferred in a jail to Atlanta, while the remaining suspects stayed in Cumming. Despite Knox being transferred, a mob of angry white residents gathered outside the jail that night. The mob seized Edwards, 24 years old, farmland from jail, beating him to death before he was hung from a telephone pole in the town square. The incident started a wave of violence directed towards the black community in Forsyth County. Mobs came through Oscarville, threatening residents and firing guns into homes. These men, white, were known as night riders. And let's be clear here. They are telling this as softly as they can. Anybody who will believe that they just fire guns into these homes and that was all that was done, you're kidding yourself.
You are. You definitely are. You're delusional.
You're delusional. When they say 1,100 people fled from the town, 1,100 people didn't flee from that town. They didn't get the opportunity to. And this is what makes this worse. In the years following these horrific incidents, they chose to build a reservoir for the drinking water in Atlanta with this town. So they flooded the town.
Wow.
And the remnants remain underwater
to this day.
In what is known as Lake Lanier.
Wow. We have a whole...
And that goes to what E was just talking about. See, this is the shit that I'm talking about that makes me angry.
Right.
Because these people try to act like they didn't do this to us. that these things didn't happen.
Right.
This is just one of many stories. This is one of many stories of what our people have gone through in this country.
Still going through.
And still going through it. Just by them building that reservoir. Do you know how many people profited from that?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many people, think about this, the town was predominantly black. They received this land based off of the Emancipation Proclamation, and they did what they had to do. Most of those people were farmers.
Right. Took their land from them. And the rest of them was forced to sell their land for pennies. Well, I mean, look, this is white America.
They were forced to sell their land for pennies.
Yeah.
For pennies.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And these people, the families of these people, they're not entitled to anything.
Right. So there are some of the people living, some of the children that grew up as grandkids or whoever that's living today from that town that tell the story.
Yeah, there are people out there who do have history going back to Oscarville.
I want to go there
for the people who were able to leave. But you best believe it was very few. It was very few. And the ones that were left there who were able, they was forced to sell their land for pennies.
Damn.
And all these people, other people, white people, profited from this. So you tell me.
It's America. I don't think I can tell you that's the way of America. I mean, it's no other way for me to say it. That's just how America do it. You know what I mean? Especially in predominantly black towns. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's why I have the mentality I do. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not believe that every white man is a bad man. But I don't have the time nor the patience to figure out where your heart is. So just like how you guys stick together, I stick with my own.
Hey, I mean, look, I don't see there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and black people should want to build in a way, but the more we build, the more we try to do, the more it gets taken away. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
and these people know this stuff happened, yo. Like, and that's like that lets you know. They know this stuff happens. And one of my favorite, and this is the crazy thing, yo. It's ill to me, the connection in the universe works in a weird type of way. One of my favorite shows, Ozark. Like, I love Ozark. Ozark is a fire show to me. And I watch Ozark. Do you know where they film Ozark at?
Where?
Lake Lanier.
Really?
From my understanding, they shoot several movies there. There's just a lore to it where they say that it's haunted and, you know, all these different things. So, you know, it's weird. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, I mean, I like the show Ozark, but I mean, look, it's no telling why people go there and do. You never do what they do. I mean, it is what it is, man. I just say, I just pray that my black people my community becomes stronger. I'm glad you put this story out here today because I didn't know both of these stories about the HBCUs, the bomb threats, Lake Lanier, Oscarville. I mean, it's like sad, you know what I'm saying? But it was a tremendous way to start off black history to give some insight to the people, let them know, hey, don't forget where you come from. Don't forget how far you got to go to get to where you need to get to. I'm saying. So, and that's just the bottom line of it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I'm appreciative of you bringing that to the light. You know, real talk, because I love stories like that. I love talking about things like that. I love hearing them, you know what I'm saying, breaking them down. And it's for me, for my own educational purposes, for my reasons, you know what I'm saying, to help me better understand how to move and how to be. You know what I'm saying? So, look, that's how I take it, and that's how I view these things. Now, I get upset, I get mad, talk a lot of trash, and, you know what I mean, when it comes to stuff like that. You know, but in the end, I try to use it as motivation to be better, to do better. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it, bro.
Yeah, that one touched me. Like I said, I knew nothing about that story, and it bothered me a lot.
You know what, man? I gotta say, man, it's growing on you because normally you wouldn't like to decipher and pick these stories and you know what I mean. But you did a great job.
Well, today is my, when I sit up here with this show, most of the time, man, I'm about having fun, man. And,
Right.
And stuff like that, it really dampens my mood and it puts my mind frame somewhere else. Well, a lot of times I really don't want to be there because
I see it in you right now.
Yeah, I want to be somewhere else, but
Right.
there's a time to play and then there's a time to be serious, man. And when you be on that type of energy right there, like for me, it's hard for me to go back to, Uncle C or Fun Loving C or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I be bothered. Like, I be really bothered.
Right.
I
Right.
I'm bothered right now.
And I don't want you to have that energy because you had great energy before this story. And look, I get it. I'm with you. But look, this may help you. We got a comment from Ricky Hayes. He said, "I'm white with Aboriginal woman who have kids, but sending love and respect from the land down under." That should, see, people listening to you, people reaching, people hearing. You know what I'm saying? They look, and I get it. If he can say that, that means Ricky Hayes, he understands. You know what I mean? He's a white guy that understands how you're feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he doesn't. You know what I mean? It's more people out there that understands.
And once again, like I said, man, I don't believe that all white people are bad people. I don't. I really don't. I've come across what I believe to be some pretty
Authentic,
cool white people,
right,
who really understand the plight of black people in this country.
right.
But unfortunately, those are far in between,
right.
in my opinion. I
just say it like this. What you're saying, I say that, look, it ain't, if you're a white person that's like Ricky Hayes out here, we're not talking about you. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be clear. We're not talking about people like Ricky Hayes. We're talking about the people that don't think like Ricky Hayes. Those are the people we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But like we said again, we don't know. You don't have time to try to figure out who's who. You'll just take too long and, get lost in that. So, hey, man, shout out to you, Ricky Hayes. We got love for you too, bro, and we appreciate you checking out the show.
Yeah, shout out to Ricky Hayes, man, and all the good white people that's out there.
Absolutely.
But stories like this definitely need to be told. Mm-hmm. They definitely need to be, and something need to be done about it.
Right.
Not just be told, something need to be done.
Right.
The people who lost their land, who lost their lives,
livelihood, everything that they had.
What I'm saying? Everything that you profited from that, it need to be given back.
Right. And that's my thing. Everybody profit off of black misery, black pain. You know what I'm saying? And nothing is never given back to the community. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Get back, man, to the people, man, that you profited off, just like the white people that say, hey, you should forget about slavery. You're the ones that's profiting off that slavery right now, right? Give your check in your home up to a black person. And then you walk away and get nothing, because you can get something else because you white. They're going to look at you different than they look at us. Give your home up. Give your money up. Give your car up. Do something then. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell people to forget about what happened to them and their ancestors. You don't say it to the Jewish people. You don't say it to anyone else. Don't say it to black people, because we're not.
Yeah, everybody else it's like this narrative. They everybody else gets sympathy, and no disrespect to the Jewish community or whatever, but what we went through was worse than the Holocaust.
Right.
It was worse than the Holocaust. Mm-hmm. And not saying that wasn't horrible. That was a very